Good evening, family. I'm coming on. I want to go ahead and get into our lesson for tonight, and I hope you had a good day. I hope you had a productive day. I hope you had a day that was fulfilling. Um, Most of all, to you. And tonight we're going to continue in our launching season. We've been talking about launching our visions, our dreams, our goals, and moving forward without procrastination so that we can keep launching LAUNCHING to the next dimension. So I got my water tonight, y'all, because y'all know I be halfway choking up here trying to talk and everything. But one moment. I gotta keep my water. I keep saying I'm gonna do better with my water intake. Um, but we're gonna jump right on into it. Tonight's scripture is coming from Second Timothy, 2 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 15. And it says, Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Okay, again, study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. All right, that's Second Timothy 2, verse 15. Okay, now y'all, I had to get my little table and everything because I got all my notes and stuff here. So, and I hope you got your notepad, your pen, your paper, because this is what's gonna help you be able to continue to reflect back and keep moving forward. Okay, so we're talking about studying to show thyself approved. We're talking about launching our visions, our dreams, our goals. We're talking about keeping our passion so that we can move forward according to the principles and the plan of God. So what I did was I looked up the word study. And I know you may be saying, excuse me, you may be saying, Tosh, I already know what study means. Okay, so we all know what the word study means, right? But let's really look at the word study. It means a devotion of time and attention to acquiring knowledge on a subject, especially by means of books. Okay. A detailed investigation and analysis of a situation, a close look to observe and read. Y'all, a devotion of time, meaning I got to set aside some time and give it some attention to acquiring knowledge on the subject area, especially by means of books. Okay. A detailed investigation and analysis of a situation and a closer look to observe and read. Okay. All right. So, study to show thyself approved. We talked about whatever your gift is, your talent is, whatever it is that God has blessed you with, being able to perfect that gift. It is your job to make sure that you are a good steward of what it is that God has placed on the inside of you. Okay? That means that you have to cultivate that gift. You have to nurture that gift. You have to treat your gift just like it's a garden. Okay? Just like it's something that you are developing. Just like that newborn baby, when that baby comes, you got to nurture that baby. You got to make sure it has what it needs, okay? You just don't leave it to itself and say, okay, from birth to adulthood, I hope you get what you need. Okay, you have to nurture it. You have to show it the way. You have to educate it. Same thing with your gift. Now, one of the things that I know is when it comes to a garden, weeds weeds will grow anywhere. Weeds don't need no type of nurturing. You ain't got to water no weeds. They'll grow up, they'll show up, they'll be anywhere, any type of environment, um, whatever the case is, that's a weed. Okay? And they always popping up. Even when you have your garden, you find yourself having to clean that garden and nurture that garden and prune that garden from the weeds so that the weeds don't take over, right? And so when you look in terms of your gift, whether it's becoming a chef or whatever it is, a professor, whatever it is that God has laid upon your heart as your gift and your talent, okay, and your purpose in Him, it is your job to make sure that you nurture, watch over, and use discretion when it comes to your gift. That means you are responsible for making sure that you ain't got no weeds growing in your garden. So, what are these weeds? Could it be procrastination? Could it be pessimism? Being petty? What about excuses? Weeds of excuses. Okay? Weeds of negativity. It is your job because guess what? Them weeds, you ain't got to do nothing for them weeds to grow. You ain't got to do nothing at all for them weeds to grow. All that negative talk and pessimistic type of behavior and doubt and all that stuff just grow just cuz. But it is your job to nurture that, prune that, cut that back, making sure that your gift is growing in the manner and in the direction that God has gifted it to grow inside of you so that you can share it with others. But if you're not tending to your garden, if you're not tending to your gift, if you're not devoting the time and the attention to acquire knowledge and become more self-aware of your gift, to develop your gift, and you allow weeds of doubt, weeds of deception, weeds of just negative talk, weeds of just all kinds of excuses to come up, them weeds gonna take over. Them weeds gonna take over. Do self-reflection and see. Oh, I would have did it if this would have happened. Or I could have did it if that would have took place. Well, this person got on my nerves, so I didn't want to do it no more. Or, well, maybe if I get this or that, it'll happen. Weeds. Weeds. All weeds. So maybe it's time now, since we're in our launching season, to make sure that we are tending to our garden for our gift, to make sure that these weeds are not intertwining and entangling themselves all up in where we should be developing, where we should be devoting our time and our attention. How much time do we spend doing things that are unprofitable? How much time do we spend doing things that bring us nothing? Whether it's spiritual fulfillment, financial fulfillment, emotional, how much time do we spend doing things? And you know what? A lot of times we're doing this. Time it and see. Time it and see how much time you actually spend sitting there just scrolling, watching other people develop their gift, watching other people do what it is that they need to do to devote that time and that attention to acquire the knowledge that needs to be in place to move and launch to the next dimension. How much time are we spending on things that don't even matter, stuff that don't even push us to where we need to be? Because if we're so attracted to, and we talked about this a little bit, I believe it was on yesterday, if there's something on the inside of you that is attracted to seeing things, especially via social media, TV, out in your social arenas, whatever, that attracts you to stuff that is just petty, pessimistic, a time waster, ain't doing nothing for you, is not gonna grow you, then you need to start doing a self-reflection, and we have to get honest with ourselves and stop blaming it on other people and look at ourselves to say, okay, what are you not doing? What are you not doing, Torsha? What could you be doing better to better yourself? Because see, at the end of the day, It's on me. If I don't do what needs to be done, yeah, I can sit here and I can play the blame game. But see, Adam tried that too. And that didn't get him nowhere. He tried that too. That whole blame game. Well, this woman you gave me. And God wasn't trying to, excuse me, y'all. God wasn't trying to hear that. God wasn't trying to hear that. Because he gave you the gift. He gave you the responsibility. He gave you the instructions. So guess who he coming to? You. Guess what we have to do? We have to give an account for what it is that he's blessed us with. And if we're not utilizing that and cultivating it and using that, see, we think that God has blessed us so we can try to shine on people, or I'm about to show you, who I am and what I'm about and how I do my thing. That is not why God gave us the gift. The gift was given so that we can cultivate it, develop it to show and help other people so that they too can come side by side with us, get it, and guess what? Get it and take it to the next dimension. Okay, so we have to devote that study, that real study time. See, we be talking about, I'm studying, I'm trying to get, no, devote your time, devote your attention. And you know what? A lot of times we always talking about, I got to get my grind on. Where's my, you know what? If we really are truly getting our grind on the way that we should be getting our grind on, you ain't got time, really and truly, honestly. When you get that type of mindset, you don't have time for the foolishness. You ain't got time for no foolishness. You ain't got time for no pettiness. You ain't got time for stuff. See, I'm going to tell you how you know you growing. The stuff that you used to devote your time and your attention to that would keep your attention for hours on end, and it was, you thought it was funny, or, this was the thing to do. And then now you look back on that, you like, I ain't got time for that. When you in your purpose, when you in your plan, when you doing what it is that God has designed and destined for you to do, you'll start looking at that thing like, I ain't got time for that. And that's not you trying to be funny or be mean or whatever, but you just in your purpose. You in your purpose, you in your grind, trying to make sure you do what you need to do. Because let me tell you, nobody else is going to make this happen for you. God has already done his part. He's already given it to you. He's already gifted to you. Okay? It is up to you. That's why he says we have to be good stewards over what it is that he's given us. Okay? He's already given us the gift, but it's on us. It's on me. It's on you to make sure that you develop, cultivate, nurture, watch over, protect, do what needs to be done with that gift so that it can develop and you can help other people. But it's not going to happen if you don't devote the time, the attention that needs to be given to it to make it happen. See, listen, we look for other people. Oh, you're not going to support what I'm doing. Oh, I tried this and when nobody come alongside with me. I don't care. Listen, you got to, listen, it's not going to happen overnight. And if it does, thank you, Jesus. But the way that God has designed it, he's got it designed in a certain manner because he's trying to teach you some things along the way. See, he's building you and constructing you and growing you and nurturing you while you take it upon yourself to nurture what he's giving you. But it's not going to happen if we don't dedicate ourselves to doing what he's asked us to do. So we got to make sure that we are tending to that garden. Make sure them weeds are not up in there. If it look like it seemed like it's a weed of doubt, procrastination, negativity, pessimistic people, doubters, whoever, you got to get them weeds out. And guess what? Sometimes them weeds can be family members, close friends. You got to get them weeds out. Okay? You can't have them weeds growing in your garden because they'll be done choked. Look, the weeds come in and they begin to choke out that what is good. I don't care where you go. I don't care what you do. It's going to be some weeds, but it's up to you to make sure that the weeds are not growing in your atmosphere, your garden, your environment. Okay? Um, and then you have to ask yourself, am I passionate about what it is that God has given me? Because guess what? If you ain't passionate about that thing, if your heart ain't in it, you got to be so passionate about what it is that God has given you to do that if you don't ever make a dime from it, that you would still do it and be happy with it. Now check your agenda. Now check your plan. Now check your purpose and see if you really passionate about it. You got to be willing to do that thing when nobody else is going to come along and support you and you still passionate about it, regardless of the fact. Regardless of whether you get monetized or a pat on the back or whatever. And really and truly, when you're doing it from your heart and you're trying to serve people, you ain't looking for that. Because your heart and your passion says, this is what God has gifted me with. This is my passion. This is what I want to do. Okay? So you got to be passionate about that thing. And your passion should make way for your presence. Because guess what? If you're passionate about it, your energy, your drive, nobody has to make me get on YouTube and create a video. I don't have to clock in to say, oh, if I don't clock into YouTube, don't look like I'm gonna get my paycheck. So I better hurry up and get up here so I can get my paycheck. I get on YouTube because it's my passion. It's my drive. I want to see people succeed. I had a friend today call me and tell me, just from one of the firms that I work with and associate with on a daily basis, just today called and told me that she is getting a promotion. And that made me so excited because she was like, she listened to the videos and said she began to position herself and say, you know what? I'm better than mediocre. I'm better than where I'm at. I'm going to apply for what's open. And then call me today to say, I got the position. Now her job open. Her former job is open. But you have to position yourself for it. Okay? You got to be passionate about that thing. So your passion should create a way, make a pathway for your presence. Guess what? Your passion should bring you peace. It should bring you peace. If you're not at peace with what it is that you're doing, that's not your passion. And guess what? You can have a job. You can even have a career. That could be what is there to pay your bills. But that does not necessarily mean that that is your passion. It's a difference between the two. See, your passion will make you get up even if you don't feel like it, because that's your passion. You want to do it. You'll work all day long doing your passion. Nobody has to stand over you. You don't have to be micromanaged. Nobody has to check a time card or report, anything of that nature. Because guess what, baby? That's your passion. That's what you were put here to do. And it comes naturally. Yes, you're going to continue to develop. Yes, you're going to continue to grow. You're going to study. You're going to cultivate that thing. But it comes naturally. Because that's what God placed on the inside of you. That's what makes you unique. That's your passion. And so your passion will bring you peace about it. You don't have to sit there and feel, oh God, I got to do this again. And oh my God, I want to get up here. This is what I want to do. I want to see people succeed. And guess what? Drop it in the comments. Whatever it is you're working on. I'm going to pray about that thing because I want you to be successful. I want you to be successful. I want you to grow. I want you to develop. Okay? Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, comment, share this with other people because that's what we're about. We're trying to help people grow. into the purpose and the plan that God has for their life. Okay? All right. Your passion should produce perseverance in you. Remember, we just said you could have a career, you can have a job, and that job is there. You know that, okay, I'm going to this job. I got to pay my bills. This is what's required for this season, not necessarily for eternity, but for this particular season. This is what's required to take care of responsibility. Okay? But your passion produces perseverance in you. You're going to do it. You're going to persevere when it get hard. You're going to persevere when it's tough times. You're going to find a way, make a way. See, if my internet gets knocked out and it's craziness going on and it's a storm, or, something comes along where the internet is not working, I'm going to get in my car. I'll figure it out some kind of way. I'm going to go somewhere else. I can go sit up at Starbucks, but I'm going to get this video out. And guess what? If I can't get it out on my phone, I'm going to borrow somebody else's phone, because my passion drives me to perseverance, because that's what I want to do. That's what I desire to do. So if you're doing something and it does not produce that level of perseverance in you, you may need to go back to God, and you may need to pray about that thing and be like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Because I don't really feel no drive. Now, give or take. Come on, y'all. We have our days where we're like, I'm just kind of out of it today. But at the end of the day, if it's your passion, even when you feeling down or you feel like, okay, I'm not where I need to be today, your passion will give you what you need to keep going. That's why you have to make sure your passion is connected to the plan of God and what He placed in your life. Because if it's directly if your passion is directly from God and He placed it in you, He's going to give you the power, the strength, the authority, what you need to keep going. Because that's what He placed on the inside of you. That's how you know it's from Him. Okay, and then check this out. Your passion will put pressure on you. Your passion will put pressure on you. Your passion, if you miss a day, 2 days, 3 days, and an extended amount of time passes and you are not doing anything to cultivate your gift and that plan, that purpose that God has placed on the inside of you, you should feel a sense of pressure, like, well, I got to get on my something ain't right by that. Let me get back on my stuff. If you're not feeling like that, and you don't feel like, there's a sense of urgency, and it doesn't put any type of pressure on you, it may not be your passion. It may not be your purpose that was given to you from God. See, sometimes we like to jump on the trend mode. We like to trend. We like to trend and do all this stuff. But see, let me put it to you this way. Before there was ever a YouTube, and those of you that know me from being in Riviera Beach, West Palm Beach, Florida, before there was ever a YouTube, I was going to, my passion was always women and children, and helping them and being able to speak to them and young people and encourage. Okay, when I was, those of you that went to school with me back when we were at Lincoln Elementary School, Riviera Beach, okay, Dr. Burke, Murders Burke, even when I was like, and my parents will tell you this, when I didn't want to do it, but my teacher said, oh, you gonna do this. She saw in me what I didn't see in myself. And back then they had what was called oratorical speaking. And they would have these contests with this oratorical speaking. See, what I didn't know was that even though I had to learn these 7 and 8 page long handwritten speeches and then get up with my coach And when she would tell me to do it again, and after time number 7, I'm tired of doing it. But she said, do it again. And then this time I want you to do this, this, and this. See, she saw what God had already placed on the inside of me. I didn't know that that was a training ground for what was to come. See, I didn't know that as I went through life, and when you start to experience things and the things that you go through, that this mouthpiece was going to be something that God would use to encourage other people. See, when I was in high school and I had a attitude problem, let's talk about that. That attitude problem. What them teachers used to be like, but that mouth. See, I didn't know that at that time. But God was like, I'll take what you think is bad and turn around and use it for my good. Yes. Okay. He took that thing. He's like, yeah, I see it. I see where we need to chisel some things away over here, and we need to work on some things over there, and we need to cut a couple of the weeds away over here. But you see this for now. But see, God knows the beginning, the middle, and the end. Okay. And he knew. He was like, okay, yeah, I see that it can be a little feisty, a little abrasive around the edges, but I'm going to take that and I'm going to use it for my good. And I'm going to cultivate that. But see, you got to go. He's like, I'm going to take her through some things so that we can combine those experiences with the gift, cultivate it, develop it, so that you can take that and help other people. Okay. So you should have a sense of your passion should put a sense of pressure on you. And then finally, your passion should lead you to a form of profit. Now let's talk about that profit, because right now I know somebody is thinking I'm talking about money. Your profit is not always money. I don't know how many times I have to say that. Yes, we need it to take care of things. We need money to take care of things. Okay? But sometimes God will prosper you and profit you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. Okay? You have to expand your mindset, expand your paradigm on what the meaning of profitability is. And when you can expand your mind into a new horizon, a new dimension, to note that profitability is more than $1, you'll be blessed. You'll be blessed beyond what you can even imagine or think. Your mind won't even have the capacity to hold or consume what it is that God will bless you with, or how he will bless you when you can get beyond, I gotta have the dollar. Because guess what? He's going to take care of his. And he will put certain people strategically in his own timing in the season that he has for you in place. Because guess what? I know it for a fact. Even if it's not coming in a monetary format, he'll put people in place to make it happen. You won't even have to have $1. But you'll be able to obtain the things that you need because God has already strategically orchestrated that for you. Already. He says, I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you. Give you a good hope, a good future. But you got to know that. Okay? And then the definition of study talked about devoting time and attention to acquiring knowledge, especially by the way of books. Let me tell y'all something. I did not come to this earth. I was not born from my mother's womb wearing a pair of glasses. Okay? Anybody walking around on the face of this earth was not born from their mother's womb wearing a pair of glasses. They were not wearing contacts. Okay. One of the things I know, and this is just me, y'all. I can't speak for nobody else, and I can only speak. Um, yes, I wear glasses now. Yes, sometimes I wear my contacts, but it's because the more you decide that you're going to read and study and obtain the knowledge and the will, the word of God, the more you become acclimated to reading and study. See, that's one thing I know. My father, my father always taught me. I know he'd be thinking I don't listen, but see, that's what parents, we be listening. But my father taught me. He said, if you want to hide something from somebody and you don't want them to know it, put it in a book. He was like, if you don't want somebody to know something and you don't want them to have that knowledge and that information, he said, put it in a book. You know why? Because he said, average people, not extraordinary, or those who set themselves apart, but the average person, you ain't got time to read in a book. Because reading is boring to you. You don't want to read. The book is boring. You don't understand it. I don't want to do that. I can watch TV. Maybe they have a movie on it. Why do I have to read? And so that stuck with me because even when I was little, he was always like, if you want somebody to stay ignorant to something, put it in a book. You know why? Because they ain't going to read. They're not going to read. Just not going to do it. Okay? I can remember a story that a lady told me about her daughter. Said every time the daughter was in college and she had sent the daughter off to school with her Bible, and the daughter would call home every other week. I need $20. Can you send me $50? And the mom was like, okay, but have you been reading your Bible? Yes, ma'am. I'm reading it. Okay. Call again. I need $50. I need $60. The mama going, have you been reading your Bible? Yes, ma'am, I'm reading it. Said finally, the daughter at some point decided that she was going to read her Bible for real. Opens up her Bible. Front of the Bible has a whole envelope filled with $500 in it, cash. You done missed your whole blessing because you would rather keep asking, keep begging, keep depending on people, keep depending on what others say and taking that as truth than to get into the Word of God, than to get into a book, than to get into studying, devoting time and attention to read and study for yourself. Okay? And not doing that, you have missed a whole blessing. Cause yourself all kinds of worry, doubt, I'm sure some sleepless nights. You're lying because you ain't opened it up. Because if you did, you would have saw that in there. Okay, so we have to apply ourselves and see what happens is, yes, when you continue to read, when you're continuously trying to educate yourself, obtain the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding that you need to have to cultivate your gift, your drive, your energy towards your purpose. Yes, you may lose some sight, but guess what? You may lose a little bit of your sight, but baby, you done gained some vision. You done gained some vision, okay? Yeah, you lost a little bit of your, a little bit of your sight, but you gained a vision. Because baby, that vision gonna give you some liberty, some freedom. Now you free. in your mind. Because see, when you get free here, that's it. That's it. Okay. So, yes, it's sight versus your vision. You may not be able to see, but when you get that vision, baby, you can see clearer than anything. Now you free. Now you have liberty because you've released your mind to wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay? And so I would rather, if I have to wear the glasses, if I have to wear the contacts, if I have to study by dim light or whatever the case may be, okay, I will sacrifice the sight so that I can gain the vision. And that's what's important when it comes to us. We in launching season. Y'all, hey, come on. We in launching season. We ain't playing. Games, that's over. We in launching season now. Gear. You should all, ain't no time to get it in gear. You need to be in gear. We should be rolling. Okay? We need to be rolling. So we need to understand that. The last thing I want to share with you is you have to make positivity outweigh and crush negativity and complaints. You have to do it. You got to do that. Nobody else is going to do that work for you but you. You have, and guess who you're going to have to start with? Yourself. You're going to have to sit there and start with yourself. Torsha, guess what? I hear what you're saying that you're tired, but I know you got some more in you. I know you got about 30 more minutes in you over here at this gym. Let's go. I know that you say you tired, but you got about 10 more files in you. Let's go. I know that you saying that you can't do this and you got 2 other businesses that you need to attend to. But guess what? You got about 2 more hours in you. Let's ride. Okay? See, the first person that you're going to have to deal with is yourself. We talk ourselves out of so much. We could be so much further than where we are if we just took the time to deal with ourselves. Sometimes we just got, I'm going to just plainly say, sometimes we got to tell ourselves, shut up. I don't even want to hear what you got to say over here in the subconscious. Because I got something to do. And I'm going to do this. And guess what? If I don't get to where I need to be tonight, I'm going to pick that thing up tomorrow and I'm going to run with it. You got to get so sick of, so agitated. It's got to make your skin crawl to be around negativity and complaints. Belittling people. Dominators. People who just want to crush your dreams. Any type of belittling behavior, it should make your skin crawl. Any type of negativity or complaining. You know how you gonna know when you can't deal with that? The moment a person come out their mouth the wrong way, you already like, hey, I'm gonna call you back. Oh, you know what? Let me go check on something real quick. Oh, you know what? Let me hit you back real quick, like. And that's not being mean. It's because you have developed just a distaste towards negativity and complaining. Because where is it going to get you? Now, I'm not saying that you won't have situations where you feel a certain way, where you're like, you know what, this right here is out of control. This is out of control. Okay. And we know it's out of control. Give yourself 10 minutes. 10. And that's generous. Give yourself 10 minutes. Okay. This is out of control. Don't understand why they doing this. This don't make no sense. This is crazy. Baby, at 9 minutes and 59 seconds, as soon as it say 10. But you know what? I'm moving forward. All right. This is what we got to do. Let's move on. Stop getting stuck in stupidity. Stop getting stuck in stupidity, complaints, negativity. That stuff start weighing you down. It will weigh you down. You will get absolutely nowhere dwelling on that. The same amount of time that is devoted to that type of stuff is the same amount of time that we can take and devote to that which is going to grow and develop us so that we can help other people. Okay. All right. So we got to learn how to, we talked about study to show ourselves approved, a workman need not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth, unto God. So we got to learn how to study. And that means studying means sometimes you got to pull away. You got to devote that time. You got to work on your gift, your craft. You got to start developing that thing and make it better. All right. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. I love y'all. Like, share, subscribe, comment, share it with other people. I love y'all so much. I hope you have a beautiful evening. I hope you had a great day. Share with some other people so we can help some other people. Keep moving in the direction that God has purposed for your life. He has got you. I promise you, He is not going to let you fall or falter. Okay. I love y'all so much. I hope you have a great evening. Good night. Bye.